The cook gets satisfaction when plates are emptied. Welcome to my next video. As promised, we're going to page 9 of PMP of March 31st to April 2nd. And it starts with Auntie Adiza concerning relationship. The topic here is seal the deed. Seal the deal. Seal the deal and make him commit. Okay. By Ellen Fain and Sherry Schneider. By Ellen Fain and Sherry Schneider. Getting the man you want to propose, dash, and then turning that proposal into an actual wedding date, dash, can be a tougher deal to close than a media merger. Full stop. Following these rules would help you get sailing right. So this for ladies. I'm around. If I'm not too old, you can set your hook on me. We go to, don't break these rules. Following the rules means letting him pursue you. Let me show you that. Let me repeat that. Don't break these rules. Following the rules means letting him pursue you. Dash. Not seeing him more than 2 or 3 times a week. Hey, women. That's why women cross men like that. Not seeing him more than 2 or 3 times a week. Refusing to go away with him on week-long vacations. Not moving in with him or crowding him in any way. Full stop. If you've done all these things, you've actually helped him fall in love with you and want to marry you. Okay. Full stop. He wants more of you, not less. He wants more of you, not less. So, gentlemen, open your ears. Okay. And you'll sense his desire to include you in his world. Paragraph. Within a year, if not sooner, he's figured out that he not only wants to marry you, but has to marry you to see you more often. To see you more often. To really have you. Full stop. Your problem at this point is not if he's going to marry you, but when. Okay. Men can happily date, commitment free. Men can happily date, commitment free for years. They are notorious for wanting to put off the actual engagement part until later. If he suggests living together first to see if you get along, tell him you are old-fashioned and want to wait until you've engaged or married. I love that. Okay. Dignity dash saving don'ts. Then here are the things not to do if he says he doesn't want to marry you, no matter how tempting. So don't do these things if a man says he doesn't want to marry you. One, don't tell him you're hurt or mad. Don't tell him you are hurt or mad. And don't reprimand him for leading you on. You stayed with him. Take responsibility for your actions. And if you've been living with him, you allowed him to be with you indefinitely without making a commitment. Two, don't suggest going to couples therapy to discuss why he can't commit. Men can and do commit when they love you and when you maintain your identity and self-esteem in the relationship. But they can become commitment phobic. But they can become commitment phobic when a woman has pursued them, comma, is not available, or they are just not in love with her. Three, don't let your man brainwash you into thinking that marriage isn't important. Dash, just a piece of paper. That's inverted commas. If he does not want to marry you, then he's not that in love. Yes, then he's not that in love with you. Dash, he wants the option of meeting someone else. Four, don't let a man convince you that because he's been married before, he can't marry you, and that you should give him time to recover from wife number one or two. I repeat that. Don't let a man convince you that because he's been married before, he can't marry you, or that you should give him time to recover from wife number one or two. Five, don't let a man don't let a man you've been dating for years convince you to wait until things slow down at work, or he's better off financially to make a commitment. Full stop. There will always be work and money issues in life. They should have nothing to do with marrying you. Well, I like that. I love that. They have nothing to do with marrying you. Full stop. When a man loves you and wants to marry you, he gets down on bended knee and says something like, Look, Look, I know I'm not a millionaire, but I love you and I'll do anything for you. Yes, this is what the honest man say. I know I'm not a millionaire and looking at you in the eyes, but I love you. Mm? And I'll do anything for you. And that will make the ladies melt. I remember an article I read as she rolled my nipples and I melted. This word alone, this sentence alone will make you melt. I know I'm not a millionaire, but I love you and I'll do anything for you. That's what the ladies want to hear. Okay, next, going down, we get to be willing to walk. Be willing to walk. You've seen it happen, full stop. A man will date a woman for 5 years, claiming he has commitment issues, but after breaking up with her, he marries someone else in 6 months. Oh, women can go undergo hardship, inconveniences. If a man truly is in love with you and your actions, into bracket, not your words, and your actions tell him that you won't wait around forever, his his commitment issues will disappear and he will propose. Next sentence. If you're involved with a man for several years who isn't proposing, how much longer are you willing to wait? That's the question. When a man knows that you will accept less than marriage, he's not motivated to commit himself fully. You must be willing to walk away. Full stop. Assuming you're engaged, how do you actually motivate him to take the walk down the aisle? Question mark. Becoming engaged is no guarantee of marriage, so don't get lax about the rules. Don't talk to him on the phone for hours every night. Dash. And it's not best not to move in together. So try to move in together. It's not best not to move in together. Mm. Engagements can be broken and wedding days never set. Engagements can be broken and wedding days never set. Mm. Better, better he should miss you and move up the wedding date than feel claustrophobic. And feel claustrophobic as you take over his closet space. Claustrophobic is spelled Claustro. Then you add phobic, Phobic. Mm. Okay, we go to the next line. Danger signals. Yeah, danger signals. Be on the alert for any excuses your fiancé might make or situations that might delay the marriage, such as one, he thinks being engaged is great, so why rush into marriage? Two, he's been married before, it was a disaster, and he's not anxious to tie the knot again. He gave you the ring so he doesn't lose you, into brackets, so you won't sleep with anyone else. But he's happy with the way things are. Three, he's young and still likes to go out with his friends and doesn't want to be tied down. Although you convince him to become engaged, you can't pin him down to a wedding date. Four, you were already living together when you got engaged, but you still don't have a wedding date. But you still don't have a date set. What to do is a question mark. What to do? Then, in general, it's better to set a wedding date when you get engaged or soon after. Your engagement should last a year or less. If you're under 25, a 2-year engagement is fine. If the engagement is dragging on, you may want to think about giving him back the ring and moving on. Perhaps he's not Mr. Right. Don't waste your time. Next, when not to close the deal. When not to close the deal. When to maintain the relationship, in other words. Okay. Perhaps you're the only having second thoughts. Oh, so perhaps you're the one having second thoughts. He has proposed, but something just doesn't feel right, and you're thinking about breaking it off. What should you do? If you've thought about it carefully and discussed your decision with the counselor, good friends, or family members, we suggest that you always trust your instincts. Do not close the deal. Don't feel silly, embarrassed, or guilty. Don't hate yourself or feel like a failure. Ending a relationship that isn't right is a learning. It's a learning and growing experience. Besides, you're not the first woman to change your mind and cancel a wedding. It happens. You tried. It didn't work. You tried. It didn't work out. But no, better to find out and disentangle yourself now than later. After you've made up your mind, give yourself permission to grieve. Who wouldn't be upset? Question mark. But don't give up on love or throw yourself in front of a bus. In other words, don't commit suicide. Hmm? Keep the faith. You are a winner for being honest with yourself. Full stop. Your real Mr. Right may be just around the corner. And when you meet him, you won't regret your breakups. So, good advice for our mothers, our ladies and mothers. Every woman is potentially a mother. Hmm? Okay, let's see. Translating man. Translating man speak. Man speak is hyphened. Hmm? Man hyphen speak. Translating man speak. What he is really trying to tell you. Oh, continued from Monday's issue. Okay. I don't think either we didn't get it or we didn't read it. Something like that. And okay, no problem. I've already read it, so let's continue from Monday. Let's assume that we read the beginning story. Hmm? Okay, continue from Monday's issues. He says, and let me read the title again. Translating man speak. What he is really trying to tell you. Then he says in brackets immediately after making love. It will be great to show you the house I grew up in. He means, are you thinking about your ex and how much better he was than me? No. He says, uh, that's uh, the words of your lover. Hmm? One, he says, we've spoken for ages and I've been thinking about you. He means, I haven't gotten late in almost 3 months. I haven't gotten late in almost 3 months. That's the meaning, if he says so. Hmm? Now, he says, I'm not looking to get serious. I'm not looking to get serious. He means, I just want a little nookie. He says, how many guys have you been with? He means, I am the best. Right. I am the best, comma. Right. So if your man tells you, how many guys have you been with? He means he is the best, comma, right? It's a question mark. What he says when he's serious, what he says when he's serious. Okay, we go to another topic. What your man says when he's serious. He says, I really like you. He means, I'm thinking, he says, he means, I think I'm falling in love, but I say that word, there is no going back. Mm. He says, I think I'm falling in love, but if I say that word, there is no going back. Mm. He says, in the middle of the date, that's inverted commas. If in the middle of the date he says, mm, uh, where is it? Oh, I've missed this. He says in the middle of the date, it will be great to show you the house I grew up in. He means, are you thinking about your ex and how much better he has done he and how much better he was than me as above? So this repetition as above. He says, nothing is wrong, I'm fine. He means, God, I know you want to talk about my day and all my interrelationships with my colleagues and boss and the guy who drives my boss. But I'm at home now and I just want to drink, eat some to drink, eat something for dinner and zone out. He says, he says, maybe we need to slow down. He means maybe you need to slow down. So if your man says, maybe we need to slow down, he's rather saying, maybe you, the lady, need to slow down. In other words, don't pursue him so hungrily, so to speak. Mm. He says, I don't know what I want. He means, I don't want you. Oh, sad. So if your man says he doesn't know what he wants, it means he's saying that, it means he doesn't want you. Hmm? Okay, he says, I need some space. He means I'm about this. He means I'm about this close to dumping you, but I haven't worked up the nerve yet. So, ladies, if your man says he needs some space, you know that he's getting bored about you. He's getting really bored about you. Hmm? Uh, but it hasn't worked up. The, yes, but he hasn't worked up the nerve yet. Hmm? Okay, he says you're an amazing woman. He means you are an amazing woman. Oh God. So no change there. So if your man tells you you are amazing, he really means you are amazing. No change of word there. Hmm? Okay. He says, I love you. He means you make me incredibly happy whenever we are together. I think you may be the one. So if your man openly tells you, I love you, he's saying that you may be the one. Hmm? What he means when you speak. Okay, now we come to the ladies' utterances. Hmm? So what he hears when you speak, sorry, what he hears when you speak, when you, the lady, speak. Men don't always hear everything you are saying, which means he's not always getting your message. You say, after being introduced, do you know this band? So if you, the lady, says to the man, do you know this band? This band? Uh, he hears, I want you now. So when you say that, he, the lady, rather, he, the man, rather interprets it as as you saying, I want you now. You say, what do you do? He hears, are you making enough money to make you marry material? To make you marriage material? Oh, ladies, I love this write up. Hmm? Women's utterances and how men interpret them or how men sees them. Hmm? Let me repeat that. You say, what do you do? He sees it, he hears it as, are you making enough money to make you a marriage material? Okay. You say, my ex is a crazy stalker who won't stop calling me. He scares me. Then your man hears. Let me see. Yes, he hears, I'm still in love with my ex. Oh my God, this letter is intelligent. Hmm? Let me repeat that. If you tell the man, my ex is a crazy stalker who won't stop calling me, he scares me. So what the man is thinking is you saying, I'm still in love with my ex. Otherwise, you won't mention it at all. You just brush it off. Hmm? Okay, you say, what are you doing on Saturday night? He hears, I want all your time for the rest of your life. What are you doing on Saturday night? So the man sees it as you saying, I want all your time for the rest of your life. Hmm? Okay, you say, after making love, that was really nice. Oh my God. So if after love, you, the woman, tells the man, that was really nice. He hears, that was the best sex of my life. Let's do it again. How many viewers you agree with these interpretations? Hmm? Okay, we go to the next line. How to know he loves you. How to know he loves you. Hmm? Uh, there are certain words his tongue seems to trip over, like girlfriend, love, commitment. But since men are action driven, it's really more important what he does than what he says. You know your man really loves you if he one, their fingers pointed. uh, so if he one lets if he lets you drive his car, especially his new car. So if your man really loves you, he will let you drive his car, especially if it's a new car. Two, assumes you're spending the weekend together. Three, introduces you to his friends. Yes, so that they will see how beautiful, how charming you are. But if you are not, he will hide you from the friends. He will shield you from the friends. He won't let the friends see you. Hmm? Okay. Introduce you to his friends. His. Stop wearing his in inverted commas. If you're not wasted the day his t-shirt because he knows you hate it. Okay, I don't quite get that, but let's do it again. Let's start it again. Let's start over. Stop wearing his. Stop wearing his. Then inverted comment. If you're not wasted the day, if you're not wasted the day, sorry, if you're not wasted, the day is inverted commas close. T-shirt. He knows you hate it. Then next one. Calls you absolutely no reason. Calls for absolutely no reason. If he calls for absolutely no reason, eh, that means he loves you. He just calls you, no reason, just call. You may be bored about, you may feel bored, but it means that he loves you. Wants to talk after sex. So if he wants to talk after sex, he loves you. He talks and dozes over, uh, talks and then wears his clothes and walk away. Means he just wants the satisfaction only. Mhm. Okay. Things he never wants to hear. Yes. So, ladies, advice for you. Things he never wants to hear. Here's what the really, here's what, here's what he really doesn't want to hear from you. And inverted commas, and probably won't hear anyway. Honey, we have to talk. No, you have to talk. and talk and talk and talk. So he doesn't want to hear that. Hmm? And probably won't hear anyway. Sorry. Annie, we have to talk. He doesn't want to hear it. No, you have to talk. Da, 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 and talk and talk and talk. Men don't want to hear that. Hmm? What are you thinking about? Second line. What are you thinking about? His feelings, like his answers, will be simple. So if you're lying in postcoital position and he answers food, food, he really means he is thinking about food and not that you have skin that resembles a kind of food. Okay. Do you think that girl is pretty? Hmm? How to know he loves you? Let me go back to that. And if you, do you think that girl is pretty? He thinks, if you tell the man, do you think that girl is pretty? He thinks that if he even hesitates to say no, it will kill his chances of sex that night or any other night. I don't quite get that, but I think my viewers will. Mm. Do you think that girl is pretty? If you ask your man this question, the man he thinks that if he even hesitates to say no, it will kill his chances of sex that night or any other night. Then next, I want to get married. So if you tell the man, I want to get married, he already assumes this is what you want. He just doesn't want to hear it. So you only have to notify him if this is not the case. How do I look? If you tell your man, how do I like look? And dash, honestly, how do I look honestly? You ask your man this. Honestly, you look wonderful to him. That's why he's with you. Mm, mhm. Translating man's speech. So that was page 9. Aye, all these have been on page 9. Mm, all that I've read are on page 9. Let's go to page 10 and see what it says. Okay, share a thought. Yeah, this is my column. Share a thought. Being a father, a blessing or a curse. Oh, I think this is a repetition. Mm, let's see. Okay, we will start to read. If I've read it before, if I realize that we've read it before, then we stop. Okay, share a thought. Being a father, a blessing or a curse. A man ordained or appointed, a man is ordained or appointed by God from creation to be the head of a family. Full stop. That appointment or ordination is from God. It is a command. The man is the head, but rather, unfortunately, not all men are a blessing to their families. So you heard what the scriptures are saying, mm? Especially Westerners who say we are equal, men and women are equal. Mm? Just mixing up what is in the scriptures. So this writer is a Christian, and that's what he's saying. And he's quoted it. He's quoted from the Bible. That appointment or ordination is from God. It is a command. Full stop. The man is the head. Ephesians 5, Ephesians 5, 23 to 25. But rather, unfortunately, not in inverted commas, but rather, unfortunately, not all men are a blessing to their families. Full stop. Some men are full of evil forces. They kill their own dear wives, rape their daughters, and neglect their own sons. Their own sons. Full stop. They become instruments for Satan's use. The father can be the vessel for God or, or Satan. Or the father can be a vessel for God or Satan to use to bring blessings or curses to the family, relations, and society or the nation as a whole, according to his will of commitment to God or Satan. Yes. To us, the name or title father means shelter. Can you hear that? So to us, the name or title father means shelter. The one whose love for the family determines the future of his children. Ephesians 6 4 in brackets. Ephesians 6 4. Children see their mothers. Children see their mother's love and care as a normal thing, but see their father's love and care as a divine gift from God. I don't know if you guys will make a decision between something that is normal and that is divine gift from God. One for the mom, the other for the father. Hmm? The children will be very strong both spiritually and physically when they see their fathers demonstrating their love and care to their mothers and to them. Hmm. Fathering goes, fathering goes with responsibility. A father must learn to be responsible. If he doesn't know how to, then there are a number of stars here. By the way, let me give the writer's name by Pastor Anthony. By Pastor Anthony and Beatrice Tewia. By Pastor Anthony and Beatrice Tewia. We salute you both. Mm. Then, let's continue. A father must learn to be responsible if he doesn't know how to. Then star one in stars. It is how to. What is this? A responsible father increases. Oh, star one. Well, it's not well stated. But let's read it that way. How to. Then star one. A responsible father increases the lifespan, beauty, and joy of his wife and the mother of his children. They in turn always bless him. Star two. A responsible father and a husband always and easily says sorry. A responsible father and a husband always. Okay, let me read as far as I see. A responsible father and a husband always and easily says sorry. Okay, I don't mean this or that. When he misuses or overuses his authority. Mm. A responsible father doesn't seem to be final in any suggestion, but he leaves room for corrections and more suggestions for consideration. Star five or so. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, star four rather. 1, 2, 3, 4. Star four. Uh, a sweet father is one with the children. Full stop. Jesus said, I and my father are one. John 10:30. A responsible father, a responsible, a responsible and caring father brings blessing. Full stop. Fathers look for the ways of blessing. By Pastor Anthony and Beatrice Tobia. Maybe we can do one more story. It happened to me. No, I think we should stop here. We should stop at page 10. And when we get to the next episode, hopefully and God willing, we shall deal with these topics. I was accused. The topic is It Happened to Me. I was accused. Then we go to campus life. I changed from shame to victor. Then my deepest regret. Life is not fun. We shall go there, God willing, in our next episode. Then maybe we might go back to the science in the Quran. let me say now, let me say now that I wish you well, and I hope my video uh, is good for you. I hope you benefit from you, man, woman, children, mm, spinsters, and married couples. Thank you very much, and may you benefit from the videos. Bye bye.